The New South Wales Supreme Court Monday sentenced 5 Australian Muslims to prison terms of 23 to 28 years for conspiring to commit a terrorist attack. In handing down the sentence, Justice Anthony Wheely described the men as extremists who would have carried out an attack if they had not been arrested.
An intolerant and inflexible fundamentalist religious conviction was the principal motivation for the commission of the offence.
The lengthy sentences drew strong reaction from onlookers. A sister of one of the convicted men spoke out about his sentence.
23 years, that's half of his life. That is half of his life. This is not fair. This is not fair. This is not fair to our community, not our religion.
The men, who may not be named under a court order, were convicted in October. They could be eligible for parole in 17 to 21 years. Police arrested the men in 2005 in an operation that netted 17 suspects in Australia's 2 biggest cities. Authorities say the arrest thwarted the largest terror threat to face the country, but have refused to detail what was being planned or if the suspects were connected to an international terror group. Anti-terrorism law professor Ben Saul has been following the case. He says prosecuting the men without detailing a specific plot marks a shift for Australia's judicial system.
It was the possession of things like explosives, homemade chemicals, extremist literature associated with jihad and extremist militancy, and essentially the case against them was circumstantial.
According to Saul, the sentencing is the first full test of the new laws that substantially broaden the definition of a terrorist act to include possession of materials deemed to be extreme.
The authorities are trying to send a very strong message to the community that terrorist conduct won't be accepted.
Though no specific targets were disclosed to the jury, the 5 convicted men are accused of stockpiling enough weapons and ammunition to fire non-stop for 37 hours. Police also found hundreds of liters of chemicals that could be used to create powerful explosives. The sentencing brings to a close Australia's longest-running terrorism trial, estimated to cost the government over $35 million, at least $10 million of which was spent to defend the 5 men. Henkle, VOA News, Sydney.